Welcome to Take 5. My name is Paul Cambridge, and in this presentation, we will be looking at driving for work risk assessment. This presentation is aimed at drivers on public roads as opposed to workplace transport. We'll be looking at the hazards and control measures to keep drivers and other road users safe. There are four key areas we'll be looking at when we come to assessing the risks from driving for work. One area is about the driver themselves, about the vehicle, about ergonomic issues, and the journey. Regarding the driver, age and driving experience. The chances are younger drivers will be less experienced than an older driver. We'll also take into account the person's accident history, their health issues, anything that can affect their ability to drive safely. Also, the type of driving license. Is it suitable for the type of vehicle they are going to drive? We need to take into account stress. Does the driver have a history of stress-related illness? This could also make a difference to the risk factors. We'll also look at average mileage. Are they expected to drive 20 or 30,000 miles a year plus? In which case, the higher the mileage, the bigger the chance of something going wrong. Also, alcohol and drugs. These are whether prescription drugs or over-the-counter drugs, or even illicit drugs. Being under the influence of alcohol or drugs can affect someone's ability to drive. That's the driver. We're also looking at the vehicle. The type of vehicle. Is it a bike, a car, a 7-ton lorry, etc.? The size of the vehicle, is it suitable in size for the items or passengers that must be carried? The age of the vehicle. The older the vehicle, the higher the chance of it going wrong. Maintenance records. These should be kept as they show a record of the work done to the car or the vehicle to ensure it is safely maintained. The use checks. A simple tick sheet that somebody can use to do a check on a vehicle, maybe on a weekly basis, things like tyres, windscreen wash, fuel, etc., to make sure the vehicle is suitable for road use. Other risk factors to take into account, ergonomics. Seat adjustability. We're all different shapes and sizes. Therefore, seat adjustability is crucial. Ensuring is lumbar support, particularly for long journeys where we need to make sure our body is supported in the right places to avoid getting backache, etc. Adjustability of the steering wheel. Again, due to our different sizes and shapes, some people have much longer arms than others. So adjusting the steering wheel to the right height and the right distance is very important. Will the person need to twist? So for reversing, for instance, it's more pressure on the spine if we're twisting to look behind us, in which case a vehicle fitted with reversing cameras is very useful to avoid that need to twist. Look at headroom, again, due to our different heights, suitable headroom, and also take into account, will the driver be carrying passengers? In which case, ensuring there's enough headroom in the rear of the car or the vehicle. Other risk factors, for instance, the journey itself, the distance. Are we talking local driving or are we talking long distance driving? The hours spent on the road driving, and with that driving includes driving at night, where our ability to judge the speed of other vehicles becomes more difficult. People's work schedules, are they under pressure to get a lot done in a day to make multiple appointments? This could put pressure on the driver and could lead to the need to speed, as it were. The weather conditions, whether it's going to be wintry weather with ice and snow, or whether we're talking very hot weather, ensuring our drivers have a suitable provision for water, for instance. The types of roads being driven on. Motorway driving can be very monotonous and the ability to concentrate can be reduced. So we take that into account as well. And as well, route planning, so we know in advance where we're going. Route planning to help us know in advance where we're going and the best way to get there. This can be aided also with sat-nav systems that can also point out where there may be delays in advance so we can go around them. Having looked at the various risk factors that can affect people's ability to drive safely, simple control measures, setting a policy regarding driving, the use of mobile phones whilst driving, even the use of hands-free phones whilst driving, and the use of personal vehicles. In our policy, we're clarifying people's responsibilities. We can look at the legal responsibilities, but also the company policy responsibilities. Ensuring our drivers can see properly, so health surveillance, eye tests, maybe on an annual basis. Training. There may be some courses we can send our drivers on. For instance, skid pan training or advanced driving license can all help reduce the level of risk. And checking people's driving licenses to ensure they're still valid. It could be drivers may have gained points for speeding abuses, etc. Steps to limit people's mileage, ensuring so that the mileage doesn't put the driver at risk, and if it puts them at risk, it could also put other pedestrians, other road users at risk. Good maintenance of vehicles, including if it's required the MOT as well. So ensuring the vehicles are maintained properly. Some sort of breakdown cover. It quotes AA here, there are others available as well. But some sort of breakdown cover, so if something goes wrong, the driver knows what to do, they've got help at hand. When monitoring performance, talking to the drivers, maybe through a feedback session, so like see how they feel about the hours and the miles they're doing. Investigating incidents where things have gone wrong, whether it's a near miss, whether it's an accident, from the company's point of view, looking at is it something to do with the company supplying the wrong vehicle or an unsuitable driver, or it may well be there's nothing the driver could do about it and it was due to other road users. And we can also, as a control, just ensure people are aware of their own legal responsibilities for those people using the public roads. So this could include things like, being under the influence of alcohol or drugs, etc., as mentioned earlier. Just in summary, 29,800 people were killed or seriously injured every year on British roads. And all in all, about 137,000 people were injured every year. So by assessing the risks and implementing control measures, employers can help keep their staff, other road users and pedestrians safe. Thank you for listening. My name's Paul Cambridge. Goodbye.